Hi, I'm Katherine, the founder of the Only Consultant and Prisma Tax Group. I specialize in tax preparation and accounting for sex workers and creators of all kinds. Thank you for tuning into Cash Content Chaos, the podcast where money, entrepreneurship, and real life collide. Listen in to learn, laugh, and realize that you're not alone in figuring it all out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cash Content and Chaos with Katherine Studley. Today, I am interviewing a client, friend, and soul sister, Kit the Beefcake.
Hello.
Kit, thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
You guys should know that we are filming this on an iPhone. The mics are better. If you've listened to the previous episodes, you know that this is an upgrade. So we are progressively getting better. But this is against Kit's religion as far as high quality content goes. But she did make an exception for us. So we appreciate it.
I love a good camera, but sometimes you just got to get it done.
You just got to get it done. All right. So jumping right into it, Kit, tell us about yourself. Tell us about how you got into content. Give us your story.
Sure. So I started making content basically just for fun a little over about 4 years ago. I was originally a personal trainer. I got my certification and everything. So my content was really fitness focused. My Instagram was originally an advertisement for personal training. I had a really small TikTok following, maybe about 30,000 followers, nothing crazy. Personal training, they were paying maybe $15 an hour in Southern California. Horrible situation.
Woof.
Yeah, not good. So I was living off of my savings account. And a bunch of my followers said, well, if you made an OnlyFans, we would subscribe to it. And I responded, I said, well, I'm down to do it, right? I was in psychology, that I was getting my degree in psychology at the time, and emphasis on like human sexuality. I'd written a lot of papers. I was polyamorous at the time, so I felt that this was a world I could definitely get entrenched in very easily, but I didn't want to be embarrassed. I did not want to open an OnlyFans account and have it just be a total flop. So I was like, you know what, guys, I'll do it, but you guys have to sub. I started selling some photos and stuff on Twitter. And then when I opened up my OnlyFans page, it just immediately took off. I was top like maybe 2% the first month that I did it, close to 1%. And then I figured I was in over my head. I quit my job and Katherine kept popping up on my For You page on TikTok. And I was like, yo, assistance, please.
Yes, and that was in like late 2022, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember taking the call. I was living in Germany at the time. And so it was like midnight because you calling on California time. And I was like, oh my God, like this girl is so cool. Like instantly I was like writing her name like Kit, like you want to remember Kit, like be friends with Kit. And that was now 3 years ago.
And now we're friends.
Yeah. So cute. Yeah. Thanks for hosting me also. This is a big upgrade too.
I hope you come back.
Oh, I'll be back. Okay. So this is the end of 2022. You're popping off on OnlyFans. You call me. She's getting a little tax help, being a little bit proactive. So we love that. Why do you think your content does so well?
I think the main thing that makes my content go really well and go over really well with people is like I really like to prioritize quality. So one of the first things I did when I made a little bit of money, right? I was already living off of my savings account. I easily could have paid myself back. I was definitely getting into the negative zone. But instead of doing all that, I invested in a camera. I got a Sony ZV-1. It's about $1,000. That was like my first purchase. I was like, okay, I remember thinking to myself, if I'm going to keep doing this, I have to do it. I have to do it right. This has to be my priority, my new job, my everything, right? So I bought a camera and I've slowly acquired quite a lot of equipment over the years, because every time someone pays me $1, that's kind of how I think about it. Part of this dollar is for me and the hard work I put in, but part of this dollar is also an investment into what my content could become. And so that's really like my mindset around things, and that's what I think makes me a little bit different from a lot of other creators.
Yes, you're always getting better. You're leveling up constantly. Yeah. This is where content creation is true entrepreneurship. And it's not always a conversation, but when you approach it from the top as a business, you're investing in better equipment, better content, professional tax and financial help from the start. That's how you can grow as you have over the last few years.
Yes.
And what would you say your niche is?
Oh, I have like a little bit of a tomboy vibe, but it's very much like I'm very mask presenting a lot of the time, which I guess guys are really into. I didn't really figure they would be. But I'm very mask presenting, but I really, really still like men. Like I'm not a lesbian. So it's like for men who like mask women, like I always think about the badass lady from with the robots, Terminator.
Oh, yeah.
I always think about her. I'm like,
She's a badass.
she's a badass. So I'm kind of that girl. I still like men. Like I'm still into you too.
But I think that's what plays into your seduction is that you're playing with masculinity and femininity at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have your short haircut, you're a muscle mommy, she's buff, but she's in like a princess dress.
I'm in a sundress, a princess
Yeah.
dress, whatever. It's like, yeah, what if your badass muscle mommy was also like feminine and wanted to dress up for you and like wanted to bring a little bit of cutesy to the table sometimes. So we do both and we play with balance and it's really fun.
It's art.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
It's so great. And you're authentic to yourself and you're authentic with your fans as well.
Yeah, this is like genuinely pretty much who I am, right? Like obviously on the best days, right? This is me
Yeah.
on my best days when I'm online, but it's like it is me. It is me.
Yeah. And you've talked before about not having a day off for how many years?
Ooh, maybe 3 years.
3 years, people.
Yeah.
Okay. This is some real startup shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is not just I'm going to post a picture here and there and hope I make it to 1%.
Nope.
This is putting in the work, truly dedicated, no time off as you would in any other business. And it shows.
Yeah, I think when you're in the first few years of content production, you really have to be able to demonstrate to your audience, like, hey, I'm going to show up, right? I'm going to show up to work. I'm going to show up for you, right? Your audience kind of like pays you, and their hope is that you show up to work. So it's like one of the number one complaints you have with OnlyFans is a lot of subscribers feel swindled because they subscribe to a page and there's not really any content there or the content's very inconsistent. So they'll pay $15 or whatever on a month and maybe the creator posts new content, maybe they don't, right? So like maybe they paid that $15 for nothing question mark. So my first 3 years, it was daily posts, weekly new daily posts, new weekly videos on OnlyFans on top of daily posts on Instagram and TikTok. And then I had to go through and answer all my DMs every day on OnlyFans and Fansly and stuff. So it was really just like, ugh,
That's a grind.
it's a grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real and true. Tell me about what platforms you're on, like as far as social media goes, to drive your leads, and then what platforms are you monetizing?
Okay. So I am on TikTok. I would say my leads mostly come from TikTok and Instagram. I'm also on Twitter, but I find that subs really don't come from Twitter unless you're in somewhat of like a fetish niche. Like my friends who do really fetishy stuff they get a lot out of Twitter. Or my friends who do a lot of custom content get a lot out of Twitter. But I personally get nothing out of Twitter other than like maybe kind of talking to other creators, having opportunity for collabs, but Twitter's kind of useless. Most of my leads come from Instagram, which is my largest platform, and TikTok. And then the platforms that I monetize, I'm on OnlyFans and I'm on Fansly. I'm on many vids, but I don't really post on many vids because they take a larger percentage of profit. And I don't really like how their site is set up and stuff, but technically I'm on it because a lot of the people I work with are on it. So
Got it.
kind of have to be where the people are.
Heard.
Right.
I want to talk a little bit about strategy a
Okay.
little bit. Okay, listen, my girl's got a math degree. Okay, this is not a drill. You have done 2 degrees. You have a psychology degree and a math degree.
I do, yeah. I have 2 degrees. I graduated magna cum laude, so I graduated with 3.8 GPA.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And how are you applying that in your work?
Um, so it depends. I feel like psychology is really a lot more relevant from a marketing perspective.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, every time I post a reel on Instagram, I have to think like, why is anybody engaging with this? Why does this apply to people? How does this compete with the reels that are above and below it, right? Like
Mm,
you get a reel with a really, really good hook versus mine, you might just swipe right past, you might go to the next thing. So how do I get you to stay, right? And that's really psychology. Um, the math degree comes in handy when it comes to like really just looking at all of my stats. Like, why is this video performing better than this video and in what metric, right? So I think a lot of the time people get really wrapped up in like, oh, my video hit 14 million views, right? I knew a creator who had a video who hit 14 million views, but she got no subs out of it. She got
Oh,
no,
wow.
right. And it's like, if you really do a deep dive into what's happening there, a lot of the time it's reaching an audience that has no overlap with, like, the people who are going to subscribe to your channel, right? Like, people who are gonna subscribe are gonna be, like, probably mostly men, like, mostly of a certain age demographic, and you really have to know, like, how to look at those numbers and what they mean in terms of how many views you've gotten, because views are kind of meaningless. I know creators who get 2,000 views and, 20% of those people sub, so it's like, who's ultimately more successful? Somebody with 14 million views, but nobody subs because they're not actually hitting a demographic that has any interest in the monetized content that they're offering, or the smaller indie creator who is frequently targeting a demographic that wants to purchase the content that they make. So
Yeah.
it's like,
So you're not just posting blindly in the dark. You're paying attention to the
no,
data and the
yeah,
analytics.
I'm paying attention. Sometimes I do just post whatever I feel like, but like if it flops, I know why. I know why it flopped. It's not personal. I'm like, yeah, I know why that didn't bring me business. I know why it didn't.
So you're understanding your target audience.
I'm
And
understanding my audience, trying my best, right? Through numbers and through psych.
and you have the nicest followers. When she posts me, I'll get a couple of followers and they're like the kindest people. You have
Yeah,
a good corner
I
of the
do.
internet. Have you ever felt like tax season was designed to make you stressed? Let's face it, your income doesn't show up as tidy as a W 2. Instead, it's split between cash, apps, and constant fees. Whereas most accountants see this as chaos, I in fact know that it's my expertise. Here at The Only Consultant, we meet you where you are and transform confusion into clarity and confidence. The Only Consultant specializes in accounting for sex workers and creators. I designed this firm to turn tax season from panic to power, giving peace of mind to hustlers like you. We help you stay organized, feel confident, and remain in control of your money with judgment-free support and simple systems. We handle all the complicated stuff such as tax prep, bookkeeping, and compliance support so that you don't have to. The result? The feeling of empowerment that comes from being fully in control of your bag. You don't need to wait until April. You can go ahead and start today. Simply go to theonlyconsultant.com and book your consultation now, because peace of mind should be part of your hustle too.
We're gonna stay over here. We're not gonna let the cesspool touch us. Like we don't need all that.
Yeah, it's like Kit's Club. And also you play video games with your followers too. Isn't that a perk? How does that work?
Sometimes, yeah. So if people subscribe, I put them on a list in my Discord, and it's like, okay, this is a person who has basically donated to the cause. This is a person has supported me financially, even if it's just a 1 month sub, whatever. And so when I go live on Twitch and stuff, sometimes I'll throw it out there to anybody in that list. I'm like, hey, if anybody wants to join the game, hop on in, right? And that's really just a thank you, like thank you for giving me 5, 10, $15, like, it adds up, and I can't Instagram doesn't pay. TikTok only pays if you have millions and millions of followers, so it's like, without those people, I don't do my job. Without those people, I don't get to come to work, so it's like,
A little moment of gratitude.
it's a little moment. It's like, "Alright, let's play some video games," and they're usually so nice and, like, really good at the video games, so
Yeah, that helps too.
yeah, it's very helpful.
I love that. But that is a community. That is you really pouring back into your audience as they have poured into you.
That's
And
the
that's
goal.
why they're
Yeah.
so loyal to you, I think. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It helps to like the people that you're working with every day, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Love it. All right. So pivoting away from content creation and your audience, I want to talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur and a founder with ADHD. This is
yeah.
something we share. Cue the chaos portion of Cash Content and Chaos.
So I think ADHD is really, when it comes to this kind of a business, you obviously make your own schedule, right? So like I don't have to show up every day if I can't. So for me, it's really about waking up and I recognize, okay, I have a really high energy day today. Like I roll out of bed, I'm willing to go to the moon some days. And on those days, I stockpile content. I'm like, okay,
Mm.
we're gonna make a bunch of TikToks, we're gonna make a video, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna get a bunch of stuff done. And then I really like put that away for a rainy day. And when there's days where it's like I can't show up today, like I can't really bring myself to do this today, great. there's a huge bin. There's a huge bin of content ready to go. And that's really what it's about for me is like I have to understand that procrastination and stuff isn't gonna work. You just wind up missing out on things. You wind up blowing past things. So it's like when I have my hyperactive days, I try to channel it into the right things. And when I have my really inattentive, stare at a brick wall days, great, stare at a brick wall. So it's just like ADHD is kind of a superpower a lot of the time. I think you just have to like go with it, you know? You have to full send and you have to hit the brakes, right? Like you just gotta let it happen.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like when I'm hot, I am hot.
Yes.
On fire, hot. Everything's
Everything.
going
The
on.
world is happening. I'm doing everything all at once.
Yes.
10 things.
Compounded into one day. What would take someone else 3 weeks to do, I did it in 8 hours. Because it's
Right.
like boom, 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 boom,
Done.
boom.
I'm not looking away. I'm on it.
Yes. But then when I'm off,
You're off.
I am off. Like
You
working
can't
from
do
the
it.
bathtub, responding to emails. I'm just like,
I also do edit TikToks in the bathtub.
yeah, we
Absolutely.
love the bath.
We love the bath. 2-hour bath.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah. But I mean,
Edit
everything
TikToks.
works. But I think it's also like understanding who you are, understanding how your brain works, and just kind of like leaning into it because also ADHD allows you to be so creative
Yes.
and creative while analytical at the same time because your
Mhm.
brain can do 10 things at the same time. But then giving yourself the space and the grace to have a down day if you need it
Yep.
and be strategic enough to batch everything you have to batch
Mhm.
to keep everything moving and monetized,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah. You gotta know yourself. You gotta predict your own behavior.
Yeah, I agree. How do you stay motivated?
I don't. Like
Heard.
yeah.
Discipline. Discipline is different than motivation.
Right. So it's like the last few months I've definitely had a little bit of a phase of burnout. Incorporating something new I find really helps. So for me, I think the big theme last year was like change of scenery. So it's
Mm,
like if you make enough and you can swing it, right? For me, I know that I get a lot of energy basically from new experiences, new people, new places, new things. I get a little bit of a dopamine rush from it. So for me last year, the name of the game was like travel. So it was like,
girl, you
okay,
were on the road
I was on the
last year. Oh
road.
my God.
Too much, too much. But it did help because it's like, okay, I'm in Greece. I'm gonna wander around here. And like then the TikToks come naturally. It's just like reacting to my environment at a certain point. But that's a little bit of a luxury, right? I had all these hobbies, like all these different things going on. So it's, for me, it's like your audience will also get bored of doing the same thing like all the time, seeing the same thing all the time. So if you're bored, if you're burnt out, there's a good chance your audience is also bored and burnt out. So change scenery, get a new hobby, do something different, find a way to like make that captivating, find a way to make that apply to others. Like,
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's like staying inspired. How can
yeah.
I get outside of my normal day to day and inspire myself? So
Yeah.
if I know I love to travel too, we're in California
You love
right
it.
now.
Mhm.
But if it's the middle of the thick of tax season and I can't travel, then I'm going to a new coffee shop. Then I
That's
want to
great.
walk around a different store and like look at people's different fashion.
Yeah.
Like just small, go on Pinterest and go down an algorithm I wouldn't usually just to kind of get out of the normal day to day and be inspired so you can then create more intriguing content and not even just content wise, but just show up for your business.
Right. You gotta get out, you gotta touch some grass,
Touch
like,
some grass.
touch some grass.
She has some grass over here in the new studio, pivoting to the new studio. Does tax season leave you anxious, sorting through receipts, or worried you've missed something important? You're not alone. And that's exactly why I created the only consultant in Prisma Tax Group. My goal is to meet you where you are and give you judgment free solutions that make financial management simple, clear, and stress free. At The Only Consultant, our services go beyond just tax preparation and filing. Taking the confusion out of money starts with the basics, aka education and bookkeeping. We can track your income and expenses, which means you'll never have to scramble for receipts ever again, and you will fully understand what is going on. Additionally, I offer monthly subscriptions and ongoing guidance. With monthly support, you'll always have an expert in your corner, giving you real-time answers, steady organization, and the peace of mind that lets you focus on your hustle and not the paperwork. We specialize in tax preparation and filing for sex workers and creators. When it's time to file, I handle your federal and state returns, maximize your deductions, and make sure the right forms get submitted for your unique income streams. The benefit? You save time, avoid mistakes, and walk into tax season feeling confident. Last but not least, we provide compliance and business consulting. So whether you need help setting up your business, staying compliant, or navigating something intimidating, I've got you covered. Instead of second guessing, you'll feel confident, supported, and ready to grow with someone who understands your hustle. And here's the best part. You don't have to do it all. You can choose the services that fit your needs right now, or let me and my team at The Only Consultant handle everything from start to finish. Either way, you will receive the clarity, respect, and financial confidence that you deserve. So if you're ready to feel in control of your finances, whether it's this tax season or all year round, head to my website, theonlyconsultant.com, and click contact. Or you can always find me on social media, Instagram and TikTok at the_only_consultant. Click the link in my bio and contact me there. We look forward to meeting with you.
Heck yeah.
Give us the tea. I mean, we're sitting, hello, in your new space.
Yep.
Tell us about the space. How did it come to be? What are your goals?
So the space came to me because I live in a very small condo. It's like 800 square feet. And I had been keeping all my filming supplies in a storage unit. So my like typical process for filming or making content or whatever was go to the storage unit, pick crap up, come back to the house, set everything up, film for an hour, film for 2 hours, rearrange the furniture to move lights in, like all this shit. It just like wasn't working, which is another part of why I traveled, is because it was just so much easier to film in an Airbnb and to have everything ready to go, content planned, whatever. And it was getting to the point anyway where the storage unit was full. I couldn't find anything. Like it's just when you're creating something new every day, you wind up with so much crap. And I love all my crap. I actually like reuse a lot of my crap. But if you can't find it, you can't use it. And like I was starting to feel really cooped up at home all day, every day. No work-life balance, no separation between like rest and going hard at work. So my assistant and I came up with the idea to like find a space. One thing that was really interesting was we definitely faced some discrimination in looking into the places.
I don't know the
Yeah.
story. Tell me.
So like we went to go see a couple of spaces and stuff, and I told them the truth. I said I do photography and videography. I'm a model. That's the truth. Everything I do is legal. They don't need to know any more than that.
Mhm.
And a lot of places were like, well, we want to see a website, we want to see work samples, we want to see this, we want to see that. There was one guy who like actively commented on how young my assistant and I were. He was like, "You guys are a bit young." And I was like,
The hell is that supposed
"Can you
to
just
mean?
run my credit and,
Yeah.
like, take my money? Like, what's the problem right now?" You know? And so it just was a little bit difficult. And then we finally went and toured this place, and it's huge, you know? It's like 2,400 square feet or something
Huge.
like that. It's really big. Um, and I looked at the guy, I was like, "Are you gonna want work samples? Is this gonna be a whole thing? What do you want?" He goes, "Oh, is your business legal?" "Yes." "Do you have a good credit score?" "Yes." "Great, not gonna be a problem."
Love it.
That's it. So we got the place and it's like it's amazing, but I'm renovating the whole thing myself, which is taking quite a bit of time. But again, it's like good. It's keeping me creative. It's getting me flowing. I'm learning new things. I'm doing new things. So it's really nice.
Yeah, and when you have all your creative crap, I mean, we're sitting in a wardrobe room. I mean, behind us is just
Yeah.
all kinds of organized beautifully, by the way.
Thank you.
But then I would imagine if you're inspired, if you have an idea and you can just pull all the things you want to
And
do in
pull
this
it.
moment
Yeah.
instead of planning ahead, I could never.
Or if I'm not inspired, right? I just like start going through my stuff. I'm like, well, what do I even have?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And you have like different themes kind of to each room.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah. The wardrobe room is the like gothic room. So we have like gold, black, this like beautiful green couch we got off Facebook Marketplace. And then we have the reception room, which is sort of like Victorian themed, lots of like creams, very light pink, browns, earthy. And then the warehouse is sectioned, right? So we just finished the gym section. And we also have a paper backdrop section and then a section with a bunch of different colored curtains that we can use. Yeah, and it's just a really, really like beautiful space with a lot of freedom that we're trying to kind of make into something meaningful. And the goal is to be able to have other creators come in and use a lot of this stuff eventually, because I'm sure I'm not the only person around LA who is trying to create content in a cramped space. Rent is astronomical here. So it's like, yeah, just come use the warehouse. It's gonna make your life easy.
So then diversifying your income beyond content
Yeah.
creation as well. Hello, she's a
Yes.
businesswoman, you guys. Do you see this?
Yes.
Love it. Well, Kit, I thank you for your time. I think that's a good place to stop to be
Yeah.
respectful of everyone's attention span. So, congratulations on your success. It's been really fun to watch you grow and grow
Thank
alongside of you
you. I
too.
loved watching you grow. I feel like we've come up together and it's been like an awesome
It
experience.
has. It's really cool. It's cool to grow with you, to grow with
Yes.
people, and like we're leveling up. We see each other at the conventions. We're going to the conventions together and like just getting better and better every time.
Yep. And the energy's good. The energy is very much like push each other, like
Yeah.
come up together. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Love it. Well,
Yeah.
ma'am, I thank you for your time. I thank you all for tuning in. And that's that for Cash Content and Chaos. See you guys. Thanks for listening to Cash Content and Chaos. If you had fun, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who would love it too. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at TikTok at the_only_consultant. And I'm also on X at the Only Consult. I will be back with more real talk on money, entrepreneurship, and life to remind you that you don't have to figure it out all alone. Be well, guys.